Hello everyone and welcome to another Star Wars figure review. Today we're going to wrap up my reviews on the Star Wars Rebels Reveal the Jedi 3-pack, and we're going to take a look at the secret mystery reveal figure in this next video. For those of you that don't remember, let's quickly recap what we've reviewed from this set so far. As you can see, this is the Reveal the Jedi 3-pack, and so far in this series of reviews we've taken a look at Kanan Jarrus and Ezra Bridger. And as I said, in this review, we're going to take a look at the secret exclusive figure that's hiding away behind this black tinted window. Before I begin this review, I do want to give a big thanks to my friend and fellow YouTuber Ed, also known as the Budget Jedi, who was kind enough to hook me up with this set as part of our annual Christmas trade. So a big thanks goes out to him. And as always, for those of you that don't have access to a Toys R Us store or would prefer not to shop with them online, there is a link down below in the video description where you can actually pick this one up at my most trusted online retailer, and that's staractionfigures.co.uk. So jumping into this review, as I said, for those of you that have read reviews online on this set or have even seen the back of the box, then I'm sure you already know what the mystery reveal figure is in this set. And it is, of course, none other than this guy, Obi-Wan Kenobi in holographic form. Now, for those of you that have seen Star Wars Rebels, then you'll know that in the premiere episode, Spark of Rebellion, we do indeed see Obi-Wan Kenobi appear as a hologram to Ezra Bridger. So far, that's been Obi-Wan's only appearance in Star Wars Rebels, but that's not to say that he's not going to pop up again somewhere later on down the line. I don't really know where to start with this figure. I can't say I hate it, but I don't exactly love it. One thing's for sure, and that's that this is probably the least action-orientated figure that we've ever received in the Star Wars action figure line. He is basically a static statue. He really does very little. That's not to say it's not a nice figure, but it's, it's more of an accessory than anything else. This particular figure features a measly 1 point of articulation, and that's in the head, and the rest of the body, as I said, is one static piece. In some ways, this does resemble the Spirit of Obi-Wan figure that was released as a mail-away exclusive back in the 1990s, and as I said, it's more of an accessory. It's not really an action figure. So in that respect, it loses a few points. I'm not really sure how much articulation we expect to see in a hologram, but it would have been nice to have even the 5 points of articulation we've seen in the other figures, integrated into this hologram. As I said, the overall look of the figure is very nice there. From what you can probably see there on camera, the head sculpt on this guy is really good. Obviously, the hologram that we see in Star Wars Rebels was obviously filmed possibly a few years prior to the time frame that Star Wars Rebels is set in. Obviously, the hologram that Obi-Wan, or the message that the holograph of Obi-Wan portrays, is that the Jedi have come under attack and that the Republic has fallen. So I'm guessing that the hologram that we see in Rebels was probably filmed around the time of Revenge of the Sith. So obviously Obi-Wan has his sort of prequel era look to him. He's got the hair swept to the side, he's got the rather pointy beard, and more of a likeness to Ewan McGregor as opposed to Alec Guinness, who are of course the actors who portrayed Obi-Wan in the prequel trilogy and original trilogy respectively. So aside from that head sculpt, we do indeed have a very nice sculpt throughout the rest of the figure. As you can see, Obi-Wan does have his arms crossed, and he also has the Jedi robes sculpted as well. One thing I really do like about this figure is the fact that he has quite a substantial texture. As you can see, if you whack this video up to 1080p HD, then this figure does indeed have a very sort of mottled, sort of specky texture, which really does sort of emphasise the holographic effect, which I think looks really cool. And it's definitely one of the saving graces of an otherwise boring figure. As I said in my previous two reviews, Kanan and Ezra are both available as individual figures in the Star Wars Rebels line. However, Obi-Wan Kenobi here is only available as part of this set. So if you want to pick this figure up, the only way that you're going to be able to do so is through this Reveal the Jedi 3-pack. So in my opinion, the best value for money option is indeed to pick up this set and get Ezra and Kanan in the same pack and get a third figure for your troubles as well. As I said, this guy is more of an accessory than he is an action figure, but it's a nice addition nonetheless. And for you diorama and scene builders out there, you know, this is going to make a great addition to the collection. So all in all, not a bad figure, and definitely not a bad pack overall. Obviously, once again, we do have the holographic Obi-Wan figure included in this set, as well as Kanan Jarrus and Ezra Bridger. A fantastic set, and definitely worth every penny that you're going to pay for this one should you decide to pick it up. Once again, Kanan, Ezra and Obi-Wan included in this pack. So I hope you've enjoyed having a look at these figures, and I'll definitely be back to review some more figures from the Star Wars Rebels line very soon. I'm taking a trip to my local Disney store later today, so hopefully I'll be able to pick up the Inquisitor and Agent Kallus and all the other cast and crew of the Star Wars Rebels animated TV series. So thanks again for watching this review, and until next time, as always, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.